welcome to Paint a Beautiful Picture. Today we're going to talk about affection with self-care. Man alive, as parents, we are constantly taking care of something, okay? We're taking care of the house just in general because somebody has to do it. We're taking care of the meals. We're taking care of the shopping. We're taking care of the laundry. Of course, we're taking care of the kids directly. We're taking care of making sure they have their homework. We're taking care of making sure they have their clothes on straight so they don't look ridiculous when they go out into public. We're making sure that they have things straight about the way that they act. Oh my goodness. And of course, if we're in a relationship with a person, we have a co-parent, we have a spouse. Um, we're taking care of them because that's what that means to be in a relationship. We spend a whole lot of time taking care of somebody. How much time do you spend taking care of yourself? Yeah, this is a tough one. It really is. And it is especially tough to have balance in life. I acknowledge that to you. So while we're busy taking care of everybody else, often we're not very busy taking care of ourselves, if we even think about it, or it even dawns on us, or we even know what that means. And again, we can't teach our child what he or she needs to know if we don't know about it or if we aren't doing it. And so today, it's kind of a lot about you as a parent, but I promise you that what you model and demonstrate and your child sees day after day for many years, he or she is going to learn this one. And so this one is about you being a good parent and showing your child how to take care of yourself. There's a really interesting verse that Jesus said, and it was this. I'm sure you've heard it, but I want you to get this one. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. People are like, okay, no, I don't think you got it. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. If you don't love yourself, if you aren't patient with yourself, you aren't kind to yourself, you aren't gracious, you don't allot yourself any kind of priority ever, I want to tell you something. You are not kind to others. You are not patient with others. You are not gracious with others. And you don't really give selflessly the way that you might think you do. Because you do, in fact, love other people the way that you love yourself. If you don't have any self respect, you can't respect anyone else. I promise you, this is the truth. Can't give away what you don't have. So, this challenge today is going to be, how am I doing at caring for myself? Let's talk about some things. One, a big one, self-respect. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? This is one of my favorite illustrations, and when I'm dealing with couples, they get this right away. Okay, so here's this woman. She's a size 10. She's like amazingly gorgeous. She's really pretty. She always has her hair done nicely. She's like a lovely woman. You ask her, what do you see when you look in the mirror? Oh man, my butt is so big. And look at my nose. It's like halfway all over my face. She will tell you about every flaw she ever had. I've paid attention to this for a long time. They'll do interviews with models. They do this. Like everybody in the world's looking at them as the most beautiful woman there is. And they're telling you all about their flaws and their faults. But a guy, you can take a guy with this big old beer belly, kind of, definitely not in any kind of shape, and he'll take off his shirt and he'll stand in front of the mirror and go, "Oh, yeah, baby, you want some of this." It's a fact. Men and women do not look at themselves in the same way. Women tend to have a lot more insecurities and really focus on their faults. I can't tell you what that is about because I don't actually know. I'm just telling you it exists. Okay? I want you to be aware of that. So, part of self respect is to say, yeah, I could lose 10 pounds. I'd probably look better and I might be happier and I'd fit in that pair of jeans that I used to have. Or for a guy, I'd really like to get a better paying job if I were willing to do a couple of interviews or maybe take a couple of night classes and get a certification, I'd be able to get a better paying job. But this is where I am today. This is what I weigh today. This is the job I have today. And I'm a very attractive woman. I'm a man who really provides for my family. And I can respect that about myself. Oh, that's a lot different than perpetual self criticism. You lazy so and so, if you get off your butt and do this, you'd have a better job. Your wife would quit yelling at you all the time about she needs this and the kids need shoes. Or as a woman, well, if you would just exercise more and you'd quit eating Twinkies and, but just constantly on your own back. That's not self respect. That's self criticism. Self respect is when you can take a list, and I invite you to do this. Write down what's good about yourself. Okay. I'm intelligent. I'm kind. I'm a good mom. I care about my neighbors. I'm a good wife. I'm a good husband. I'm a good dad. I'm a hard worker. I'm a good provider. I'm a good friend. I'm great at basketball. I don't mind taking care of my yard and it looks really awesome. I mean, last year I got yard of the neighborhood. Self-respect is looking at yourself and acknowledging what is good. If nobody ever told you before, I'm giving you permission right now to acknowledge what is good about yourself. That's perfectly okay. If you have a good friend, and we'll say they're just like a great musician, but they don't think so. They're like, oh, I'm okay at this, but they're amazing, and you showed respect to them by saying, I think you're an incredible musician. Every time I hear your music, it really moves my soul. Okay, that's respect. You need to show yourself that exact same level of respect. I'll tell you another element of respect. So you have in your household, all these sticky buns and whatever, that are available for breakfast. And you have apples, peaches, pears, raspberries, and whole wheat bread that you can toast. Self respect is about what are you doing to take care of yourself? If you're going to sit there and eat the junk every single day, you don't really have a great deal of self respect. I really want you to think about that one, okay? Because self respect means you're going to take care of yourself. That includes your body. Okay. Then, an element of self care is responsibility. Remember, quite a few weeks ago, if you're new to my channel, you might want to go back to this one, the episode called I Chose This, where we say, yeah, I chose to have sex. I chose to get pregnant. I chose to have a baby and keep the baby. So now I have three little kids running around. I'm going crazy. Yeah, I chose this. And take responsibility. Take responsibility for your decisions. The reason I piggyback that right off the eating the sticky bun versus eating the fruit is that's responsibility for your body. Okay. And then you have responsibility for your finances. No one else is going to show up and pay your electric bill. Somebody's not going to knock on your door and hand you $650 to pay your rent. You're responsible for that. And so you don't go out and spend $400 on a brand new Coach purse and then go, oh, yeah, somehow I got to pay my rent. And I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's not responsible. You have to be responsible. That's self care. Keeps you from being frustrated, keeps you from going crazy, keeps you from being angry and nasty because people who are under the pressure of not having enough money are often angry and nasty. People who are under the pressure of their health is a wreck, they're not very nice. So when you take good care of your body, when you exercise and eat appropriately, and you take responsibility for yourself, you're setting yourself up for a much better life. And hence, you're showing affection to your own self with self care. Here's another one. Now, some people could fight with me about this one, but I'm telling you right now, it is kind of a big deal in terms of self care. And that is personal hygiene. If you go around, and don't worry, I've been in Walmart, so I've seen this. in your fuzzy slippers and your pajamas in public because you don't have enough gumption to get your butt off the couch and to put on a clean pair of underwear and a pair of jeans and a t-shirt before you go there. You have no concept of hygiene or self-respect or self-care. I'm just going to give it to you straight, okay? If you can go 2 weeks and never take a shower and never take a bath, unless you are severely clinically depressed, something is really wrong with this picture. Because you know what? You give your kids a bath, you dress them in clean pajamas, you send them to school in clean clothes. You deserve that much care also. So if you don't have a job, that's great. I understand that. I was spent years of my life taking care of my children without a job, but I got up, I got dressed most, I would say 9 days out of 10. I would take a shower. I would, not always wash my hair, but brush my hair out, put my hair up, whatever I was going to do with my hair, put on earrings that actually matched the outfit I had on, get dressed. I didn't put on makeup every day, but I'd put on lipstick and some mascara probably. Take care of myself. Personal hygiene. Guys, listen to me carefully. So you work a job and you work hard. I don't care if you're out doing construction or you're sitting in front of a desk, but it's kind of stressful. You're sweaty, dude. Just letting you know, okay? You need to take a shower. This is kind of basic elemental stuff. And mom and dad, let me tell you, teenagers are outrageous for this. They're kind of allergic to water, some of them. You teach them this by example. You take good care of yourself. Guys, my dad used to do this every day. I kid you not. He worked in a factory. He was dirty. He would come home. I remember this very well as a little kid. I thought it was kind of weird, but I got it. He would go in the bathroom. He would wash up. He would even shave because my dad really had a beard. I mean, he needed to shave twice a day. Then he would come out, kiss my mom hello. Okay, personal hygiene. That shows care. Pretty basic stuff. Then, this one is a little challenging, but I really want you to get this. Understanding life's cycles. This is really about self-care. Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I had a real challenge. My hormones went a little crazy. This happened to me one time before, and I ended up hospitalized over it. This time, now that I'm older and a little more self-controlled and a little wiser, I didn't have to go anywhere. I took care of it. I knew what to do. Okay, so life does have cycles. I always tell people when I counsel them, if Christmas is coming, we'll go from Thanksgiving on. You have all this anticipation building, all this excitement, all this enthusiasm, all this preparation. And now it's January. And you have all these bills and all this letdown and all this work to do, putting everything up and taking it all down and putting it away. You know what? You're going to go up and you're going to come down. And no, you're not bipolar. Nothing is wrong with you. You're a normal human being. Life has patterns of up and down. Okay? So let's talk about college a minute. You're in college and you're really excited. You go there and you're at this really pretty high level and you make good friends and you get involved in all this really cool stuff. But you know what? By the middle of the semester, you're kind of going down. And by the time you get to the end of it and you're pretty up, now you have all these job interviews and all of these possibilities, or maybe you did an internship already and that place is going to hire you. But you know what? After all of that, the anticipation of what it looks like somewhere in the next 6 months, you're going to go down. This is a fact. Life has its ups and downs. You need to understand that. If you get down, if you're what we'll call in a slump, don't beat yourself up about that. Acknowledge just like you would to any other human person. Okay, this is kind of normal. After this really big up, you're kind of down. Learn how to be self-disciplined enough to still go to work and still exercise and still eat well and take care of yourself, but don't beat yourself up that you're down. This is a normal thing. Let's talk about a longer picture in life. You have peak times in life when you have a baby, when your kid, goes to kindergarten, when your kid graduates from high school, when they graduate from college. There are lots of pretty high moments. There are low moments. There are low moments when your kid is really struggling. If someone in your family is sick, if your mom or your dad are sick, if someone dies, your cousin gets killed in a car accident, life is going to have ups and downs. It's going to happen. Okay? And self-care is to acknowledge that that happens and to take good care of yourself in the down times, because oftentimes we do not. Okay? And you don't wallow. I always say, just because you fall in a mud puddle, I know I heard that. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I know. Because I think it was right around here. If it wasn't, you have to forgive me. And you don't wallow. Just because you fall in a mud puddle doesn't mean you got to get down and roll around it and splash it all over yourself. My illustration about that is, just because you go down doesn't mean you got to stay there and just wallow in it. And you don't have to do that, okay? But acknowledge there are ups and there are downs. And let your child know about that. I told my kids that when they were like 3 and 4 years old. I said, okay, after Christmas, there's going to be this kind of down period. That would be normal. And the next big thing that you look forward to, Easter usually for my kids. And after that, there'll be kind of a downtime. That would be normal. You really look forward to summer vacation. Like the anticipation is almost better sometimes than the vacation. Then you come back down. It's okay. You're going to have ups and downs in life. You need to learn to really enjoy the ups and to be okay with the downs. You need to accept that that is part of life, part of the pattern of life. So I want to encourage you, show your own self true affection in taking care of yourself and demonstrate to your child what that looks like and to even have the discussion with them. So I'm going to say this to you. I was an abused wife. That's the truth. And when I got divorced, I had no skills. I worked as a chef and I made really good money. I didn't ever see my children, so I went to nursing school. That really was about taking care of myself. It was ultimately about taking care of my entire family, but it was about taking care of myself, that I could get an education, that I could do better. And it radically changed my world. I really developed a lot of self-confidence, and a lot of good things happened when I went to nursing school, but it was very tough. Wow, that was a lot of work as a single mom. My kids saw all of that. They saw the ups and downs. They saw the transition. They saw the end result. I didn't have to explain it all to them, but they understood it really clearly. Okay? And so some things you need to explain, some things you just need to live out. I believe this one predominantly, we just need to live it out. Take good care of yourself. Show kindness and grace and patience and affection in your own life toward yourself, and your child will learn what self-care actually looks like. Thank you so much for joining me today on Paint a Beautiful Picture. You may find additional information on our paintabeautifulpicture.com website. Additionally, you may watch me on Rumble, and you may also listen to a podcast on Buzzsprout or Spreaker, all under the name Paint a Beautiful Picture. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You may subscribe, and if you are interested in receiving notifications, please hit the notifications button.